Good, everyone. Welcome back to our next edition of Econ Talks. Gareth, we've seen a number of high-frequency indicators coming through recently that seems to suggest the economy is not doing quite as well as we move in, or as we've been through the sort of second quarter of the year, April through to June, and even some of the sort of partials you're getting through for the last couple of weeks. No one's sitting out there in the economy and jumping for joy. And I guess it's interesting, you look at the end of last year, even start of 2025, some of those economic numbers were showing a bit more promise. Spending activity was certainly higher at the end of 24. Coming into 2025 wasn't awful, wasn't awesome, but it was sort of at least tracking sideways. But then we have seen that spending come back the last couple of months. Again, just not really getting up as much momentum. Households seemingly a bit more sort of constrained, worried about the economy. The tariffs have been limiting people's expectations about what's ahead. I guess it sort of was interesting then in the June numbers to see a bit of a pitch up in spending, up I think sort of 0.3% on the core measure. Not, again, a bad result, but when spending levels in the June month were still down from, or sorry, only just up rather from where they were June a year ago, doesn't suggest there's been a lot of momentum coming forward. You look at some of the other indicators that have come through, the performance of manufacturing and service indices showing again a bit of a lift in activity, certainly for manufacturing at the start of this year. Businesses seeming to get a little bit more upbeat about stuff, wanting to do a bit of pre-ordering before the economic recovery really got going, but then again sort of falling back into contractionary territory the last couple of months. And even in June, an improvement from May, but still contracting from where it was before. And so this feeling that, again, just momentum not really getting up quite as much. Even other parts of the economy, you look at the likes of job ads broadly tracking sideways. Yes, you saw in June the first annual increase in job ads in quite a while, but that was only because June last year was so rubbish. You seasonally adjust them and basically again moving sideways. Even, I mean, recently we saw house prices, house sales, both of those dip back. It's not doom and gloom out there, I don't think, but equally it doesn't seem like that economic recovery momentum is getting going particularly quickly. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's interesting when you talk through the whole suite of those indicators. I mean, and the optimism that there was around the economy, interest rates coming down late last year and early this year, particularly around business confidence. Consumer confidence had been more subdued. I mean, look, that has moved back into slightly positive territory over the last couple of months, but it's nowhere near as elevated as the business numbers are. You know, businesses are going, well, it can't get any worse. It's going to get better over the next 12 months, surely. And what we're not seeing yet is really any hard evidence of that. I think the international uncertainty has not helped over the last 3 or 4 months either, where businesses have probably just turned around and said, okay, we're still hopeful or that things are going to get better, but maybe we're not going to be quite as willing to jump into the sort of big investments or hiring as we might otherwise have been, given the signs of momentum that have been starting to build or come through in the domestic economy. I mean, for me, one of the key ones that you mentioned there is around job ad numbers, the fact that they have not improved over the last year or so. They've been going sideways, but they're still running about 30% down from their 2019 level. So it is still a fairly difficult hiring market for people. Then when we look at employment numbers, again, over the last 6 or 7 months, those have gone sideways as well.
Jeepers, it looks like the economy's taking your breath away, Gareth, which I understand sometimes look at the numbers. The thing for me looking through all of those different figures is that, again, you look through them, yes, there are clear challenges out there. It's not that they're necessarily getting worse, it's just that they're not getting all that much better, sort of as quickly as we, I guess, expected, but also in a sense hoped. And it does just show that, yes, the recovery is coming through in the economy. It genuinely is. It's just really sluggish. It's taking a long time to really get going. And the fact that you're not seeing that sort of job response yet, that job advertisements aren't ticking up, shows that, again, business is just restrained, level of manufacturing similar. No one's willing to really sort of take a punt on the economy at the moment because of how many challenges are in there. And I think that, again, there'll be quite a lot that we'll have to assess as we go forward, a lot of different moving parts that everyone, government, private businesses, the Reserve Bank is going to sort of look through, because there are just so many moving parts. We'll continue to assess all of those different indicators, what's coming through, what we need to care about, how quickly that recovery emerges, or how sluggish it might continue to be on one of our future editions of Econ Talks.